Hello everyone, this is Darlene Knight, Little Grown Girl Collection. I watch a lot of the YouTube videos. I read a lot of materials about how to build a clothing line, how to establish a clothing line, how to market a clothing line, anything and everything that is out there about clothing lines. I educate myself about it. And keeping in mind, each person's information is totally different. So, when you collect this information, you got to kind of add and subtract. I can use some, and that I can't use, I generally disregard. So for me, I'm going to continue to educate myself by watching videos, reading materials, going to workshops, taking classes, and all those different things. So I made a decision. I said, this is what I'm going to do. Going forward, I'm going to archive everything that I do as it relates to Little Grown Girl Collection, because the information that I'm not getting is a step-by-step. It's almost like there's a lot of information but no information, right? So, okay, you have a clothing line, you have the website, you're marketing it, that's all absolutely well, but what are the steps before you got to the point of being able to just survive or maintain off of your clothing line? And you can't say, oh, well, I put the t-shirts together and I threw them up online and, I started getting orders to the website. That's not how that happens. There's a whole different process. And if you watch my other video about eBay being a testing ground for my line of clothing, Little Grown Girl, that's basically what it is. It's a testing ground for me. I do pretty well on eBay. And the only drawback about eBay is getting to be this place where it's almost like a swap meet, where people are looking to get something for nothing. Regardless to the quality, they still want something for nothing. Unless, you've been on there for quite some time and you pretty much already established the fact that, hey, no, I want $30 for this, and $30 is all I'm going to accept. And, that takes a lot of time in order to do that. So for me, like I said, it's a testing ground. So what I did do is I opened a new store on a selling platform called Storenvy.com. So I'm going to see how Storenvy is going to do. And Storenvy to me is almost like going to a festival or a street fair, and there are all these fantastic vendors with quality product, and everything looks good, and everything is branded and tagged and priced well. That's what Storenvy looks like to me. It appears to be that way to me. And it seems to have the small or micro business owner in mind. So I'm going to try that out and see how that works. And then I have a couple of shows that are coming up, a couple of street fairs that are coming up. And that's the whole idea about a clothing line. It's familiarity. It's pretty much getting people familiar with your product, knowing that it is a quality brand, that they can purchase. It's a solid brand. If you buy an item from me, you got to know you can put it in the washing machine and you can wash it. It's not going to fade. It's not going to fall apart. And all that good stuff. And all that is inclusive under the brand. And people throw this word around just real simply, brand. There's a lot that goes into a brand. And that is what I'm establishing LLG to be, a quality brand, not just here by day, gone by night. And that's one of the reasons why I said to myself, I'm going to archive every step of building my clothing line from the internet up going forward. And I can imagine how many people are out there that are wanting to establish a clothing line and that may have the innate ability to do so, but yet they don't have the stepping stones in which to step on to begin the process, to be able to know what it is that you have to do. You have to know that whatever it is that you're establishing, for one, it has to be quality. For two, consider the packaging. Consider your hang tags. Consider who and where you purchase your supplies from. That's like if you walk into any store, be it Walmart, Target, Neiman Marcus, any other store, and you purchase something, the packaging a lot of times really impresses people. Generally on a piece of clothing you have a hang tag, you have price tags, you have other little trinkets and things that are attached to that garment. It could be attached with a safety pin, it could be attached with one of the tag gun stems, it could be attached with, sewn on, it could be in a bag with a label on top of the bag. There's just different ways that people package their product. And if you think about it, it's all in the packaging. So before you try to establish any type of clothing line, you want to establish the quality of your product first, and then you want to concentrate on the packaging. And after you've considered those two things, then you want to start seeking out ways on how to market your product. And I wouldn't suggest to any one person to bulk up on anything, not unless you are planning to do street fairs, festivals, special shows, or different things like such, because you don't want to get stuck with a lot of product that won't sell. And that's why I stress that, consider different selling platforms to test market your product. They'll say, oh, well, try to sell to small stores or try to sell to boutiques. Or can you imagine going to one of those same boutiques or one of those same small stores with a selling record to show them, hey, this is what I've grossed in the last year selling my own product my own way? That is very impressive to any store owner. So when you go to a store owner, a boutique owner, or whoever it is that you want to sell your product to, they have no idea if your product is going to sell. You don't have any idea if your product is going to sell. And that's why I say again, test market. Test market. Use the online platform. Establish social profiles just for the product. Give them their own online homes, be it on Pinterest. Pinterest is amazing too. On Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere and everywhere, Tumblr, I don't care, wherever you're a professional at online on those social networks, that's where you want to establish a home for your product. And remember again, it's familiarity. And don't let anybody tell you that your line of clothing won't sell. Because people are attracted to what people are attracted to. And people are going to buy what people like. If you like it, somebody else is going to like it, as long as the quality is 100%. Okay, so we get past quality product. We've gotten past the quality packaging. Now we're on to the marketing. And so we're test marketing these different places. And for me, like I said, now I'm test marketing on Storenvy. Test marketing on eBay. And for me, success with my clothing line is not to sell to box stores. I don't want to sell to box stores. I don't want my clothing in Walmart. I don't want my clothing in Target. I'm not looking to have my clothing line have a home in any one of those stores, because I figure if I can establish selling avenues for my line and garnish a substantial stream of revenue with the different methods in which I sell my clothing line, I'm fine with that. And like I said, some people might be looking to go big time with it, and they want Neiman Marcus, they want Nordstrom's, they want all those big stores, but I don't. I figure if I have control of my product, I have the say-so of what my product looks like, what the tags look like. Nothing has to be rushed. I have control over where my product is sold. And another thing is customer service. I want the customer service. I'm a hands-on type person. I want to always be hands-on with my line. And if you think about it, you are growing that line literally from nothing, from more than likely 2 items or 5 items or 20 items, to this nice, comfortable amount of items that you send out every single month, that people buy from you, because you've earned the trust in your customers that what they're going to buy from you is quality product. And you know, if you think about it, when you start going to the big stores, it almost dummies things down in a sense. It's like it loses a certain quality because, remember, they want more for less. So more than likely it'll be a cheaper version of what it is that you make. And I just like the idea of it being mine and having full control of it. So that's about it for now. I'm going to come back, I think, in a couple of days and talk about what happened on Storenvy, what if anything happened on Storenvy. And it's not always about getting sales. There are options on Storenvy where people can share your items on Pinterest, on Twitter, Facebook, and I think there's a couple other social networks that there are different share buttons where you. So for me, that's another thing. Any advertisement is good advertisement for me. So if I have 10 people to share one item from Storenvy, for me that's a success, because that's 10 people that I didn't know, that I didn't even have to advertise to. So for me, that works. And remember, again, it's building a reputation of quality. And you know, people just don't rush and buy something right away. And I know that's how I was on eBay too. I was on eBay for maybe 3 weeks before I even got my first sale. And remember, with eBay, it's that rating system. So I didn't have any ratings. It was a straight zero. And you know, people are not familiar, so they really don't know. And then, of course, you get one person that'll take a chance. And I remember the first sale was like a small sale, but that was fine, and I did that strategically. I priced some things at a lower price, you know, just to kind of draw people in, and that worked. So, you know, once you start getting your little ratings and that type of thing, you know, like I said, testing ground, test it. And if you have good quality product, you know, people will buy. People will gravitate to it. So just concentrate on that and never give up. You know, if that's what your passion is, if that's what you love, if you have some really nice quality product, keep pushing, keep pulling. You know, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So, and He'll supply all our needs according to His riches and glory by Christ Jesus. And I'm a firm believer in that, okay? Darling Knight, little grown girl, thanks for watching.